In our last lesson, we saw some of the most common uses of 1/6, 4/6, and 5/6, and we talked about their influence on bass lines. Here's a slightly different example. Here, the 1/6 chord seems to be filling in the space between the root position tonic and the 5. But instead of being a stepwise passing chord, it's just an arpeggiation of the opening tonic, a kind of composing out. This is fairly common. Although the 6th chord is not left stepwise here, it still is definitely a kind of filler or ornamentation, rather than existing independently as a separate harmonic function. And of course it should be performed in the way that implies. Here's yet another kind of 6th chord. Although this 4/6 is not the same harmony as the chords before or after, it also acts as a kind of filler chord in between 1 and the 1/6. This progression is in fact yet another way to prolong the tonic chord. Of course the rhythm is important here. If the 4/6 chord were longer and more accented, it might be perceived differently. One 6th chord we haven't yet mentioned that often fulfills a kind of dominant function is the 7/6 chord. It's a kind of dominant substitute. Indeed, the complete dominant 7th chord contains all the notes in the 7/6 in addition to one more, scale degree 5. What's special about the 7/6 chord is that it is a perfect passing chord between 1 and 1/6 or 1/6 and 1. In this case, the outer voices have what's called a voice exchange. The bass and the soprano exchange their notes, going through the 7/6 as a passing chord on the way. As we can see in the second bar, this exchange can work in either direction. Putting all these resources together, we can finally harmonize a complete rising scale in the bass line. This kind of scalar bass creates a powerful sense of direction. Here's the final example, this one from the standard repertoire, the beginning of Beethoven's Piano Sonata, Opus 2 No. 1. Although this example includes several inverted chords we haven't yet examined, the principles behind their use remain the same. When the harmony first changes in bar 3, the inverted dominant 7th chord acts like a neighbor chord to the tonic and root position. Then, when the root position tonic returns, in measure 5 it starts a rising scale, leading to the dominant and root position at the cadence. Here we can hear very clearly how the root position 1 and 5 serve as tonal anchors, and how the inversions between them create a powerful linear direction in the bass line.